Well, take a look at that. Palouse Falls in southeast Washington frozen tonight after days of sub-zero temperatures. And while an end for this Arctic blast may be in sight, the dangerously cold deep freeze isn't over yet. Thank you for joining us here for KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. I'm Whitney Ward. Mark is off tonight. We do begin with weather, though. The dangerous weather is doing more than freezing waterfalls. Pipes in homes and businesses are bursting, and the bitter cold is sending plenty of people to seek shelter. And now we're preparing for a new round of snow. So we are turning to our chief meteorologist, Jeremy Legoo. And Jeremy, it sounds like it could be kind of a lot of snow.
Yeah, okay, a few things. We've forecasted quite a bit of snow quite a few times so far this season. 3 ingredients, remember? Cold, moisture, energy. This one we have all of them, and we have an abundance of each of them. Right now, I'm just kind of backing off on those snowfall totals, and I might change them. By the way, we hit the double digits. Above zero. Double digits above zero today in Spokane. Deer Park, you were up there earlier. Coeur d'Alene still at 8. Above zero in most locations. That's a big shift from where we've been. But that cold sets the stage. It's a storm coming out of the southwest. The most efficient way for us to get moisture here in the inland northwest. That storm direction. It's also the most efficient way for us to see above freezing temperatures in winter. The reason we won't see those right away is because it has been so cold the past few days. So over the course of the next few, we watch our temperatures start to bump up, but they bump up to the point that they're still below freezing as our incoming round of snow arrives. It starts over the mountain passes and on the west side Tuesday evening. It starts overnight Tuesday into Wednesday morning for us here in eastern Washington and North Idaho. That's big because it's all about the timing. We get a good chunk of snow from, say, midnight Tuesday to 7 a.m. Wednesday. Then we catch a mid-morning lull in the action. It's a lull. It's not even a break. We're just going to call it a lull because it ramps back up, and Wednesday afternoon we get absolutely hammered by the second half of that first wave. There are 2 waves out of this storm. First one is definitely going to be snow for us here in Spokane. My snowfall totals are a little bit lower than what you might see elsewhere. I very well could bump these up tomorrow, but right now we're keeping them pretty conservative, and pretty conservative still puts 4 to 7 inches on the ground on Wednesday here in town.
My goodness. All right, Jeremy, thank you very much. And also tonight, businesses are just doing everything they can to stop their pipes from freezing. The grain shed in Spokane sent this video to us. They had to give the steam bath to their brewery with boiling water just to keep things going. And it's not just businesses that are struggling to stop that freeze, homeowners too. KREM 2's Shannon Mowdy caught up with one plumbing company working overtime to try and help out.
At Platinum Mechanical in the Valley.
It's nonstop.
Phones keep ringing. Co-owner Jeff Hatcher's playing dispatcher for calls that have carried on.
Everything's frozen.
From a frigid weekend, mostly for frozen pipes.
Well, we had about 350 calls over the weekend. Typically on a weekend, you may get a couple calls.
This is what Denise Brooks's family found Saturday morning. No running water downstairs and no hot water upstairs.
We got cold water, no problem. But as soon as you turn it to the hot, nothing.
Denise tried heat tape and some other tactics.
And they tried to come out and defrost it, but as soon as they took the heat gun off of it, it immediately froze back up.
But she's had to wait days.
Yeah, it's not been fun. The kids haven't been able to take a bath or a shower. We can't do laundry. We can't, obviously we can't take showers. We can't run the dishwasher.
As others across the region experience an even worse situation. Sasha Hunter shared these videos after an upstairs neighbor's unit flooded. It's all hands on deck for Platinum.
You can see it's just back to back to back all the way across, and that goes all the way up until almost 11 p.m.
With burst pipes, flooding, and some homes with no heat.
Yeah, unbelievable. I mean, it's just since basically Friday afternoon up through right now, it's just been nonstop.
So Denise will wait a couple more hours, knowing it could be so much worse.
At least I have some water, so.
Shannon Mowdy.
Not that I wanted to not have a shower last night, but.
KREM 2 News.
But yeah, I can.
Well, in other news, thousands of marchers braving the extreme cold in downtown Spokane today to celebrate and honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The civil rights icon would have been 95 years old. His birthday is, of course, a federal holiday designated as a National Day of Service. Marchers told us why it was so important to hit the streets today, even in the bitter cold.
They're using their voices to come together in the face of racism and injustice, and I think that's really powerful.
After the march, a resource fair was also held at the Spokane Convention Center, and there will be more events throughout this week. If you'd like to find a full list of those, you can go to our website right now. Just go to KREM.com. It is the end of one of the longest streaks in college basketball history. For the first time in 15 years, the Gonzaga men's basketball team is no longer ranked in the AP Top 25. That's following Thursday's loss on the road. KREM 2's Andrew Quinn is joining us now with more on what this all means. Andrew?
Hey there, Whitney. You're absolutely right. It had been 143 weeks since the Zags were last unranked in the weekly AP poll, but that streak was snapped today. It was the longest active streak in men's college basketball and the 10th longest streak in the history of the AP poll. The Zags were last unranked on March 14th, 2016. Now, this season has not gone according to plan for the Zags ever since this offseason. The Zags lost 2 recruits to decommitments, and Caden Perry retired from basketball due to a lingering back injury. As if that wasn't enough, guard Steele Venters tore his ACL in practice just before the season began, and freshman guard Luka Kronovich broke his hand in practice a month ago. The Zags have lost every game against ranked competition and may need to win the WCC tournament to guarantee a 25th consecutive berth to the NCAA tournament. Now, the good news is it's still just January, and the Zags will look to get back to their winning ways Thursday night in Malibu against Pepperdine, where they hope to gift Mark Few his 700th career victory. Whitney?
All right, Andrew.